I just picked up the Rode Videomicro. This microphone has been out for a little bit, but everybody says it's really great to use. And it does come with a super huge deadcat furry windsock that they say is just incredible. And we're getting about 40-mile-an-hour winds today. So I am going to go down and test this out to see how good it really works. But before we go, the first thing I wanted to show you is something really cool. These little things right here are called Joby Accessory Hubs. They sell for about $15 each. Really indispensable to have if you're any type of filmer, studio, on the go, whatever person. This allows you to connect up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things together in a little compact, neat design. It uses standard 1/4 20 tripod screw. And if you notice here, if I take this little rubber piece off, it's really not that hard to get off. My fingers are just cold with arthritis today. I can go ahead, unscrew the screw, and you can see the screw is actually pretty long. I can go ahead and unscrew it, and then that allows me to mount it anywhere on here. You know, it's great if you want to set up these little quick compact design, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So what I was able to do with my Joby connector was to make a setup similar like this. Basically, got the connector right here into a tripod mount for GoPro connector, because this light is GoPro only. And then at the top, it does have a GoPro clip, so I was able to put another tripod connector on and put my cam. And then I was actually able to mount my mic off to the side. And then I just have this little cheap tripod as a handle to hold it. We're going to go out and test this microphone. I'm headed down to the beach area where the wind should be blowing extremely crazy right now. So we'll see how this works. Okay, so right now I'm filming without the microphone attached. This is just the standard mics and the camera. I'm showing you how windy it is. I mean, this is really windy out here today. I don't know if you can even hear me. Let's go ahead and plug in the microphone and see exactly what this microphone is. Alright, so I plugged in the microphone. As you can see, still same normal conditions. Pretty bad out here. I got the microphone pointed towards me, and I'm just rotating around. Try to get the wind from all different directions to see how much it really can calm the wind down. And I say the wind's probably blowing a good 40 to 50 miles an hour out here. I'll show you how rough the sea conditions is. I've never actually been down here where the water is actually blowing up over the seawall like that. But it's really extremely high tide. The wind's blowing like crazy. So this is what the microphone pointed towards me. Okay, now I got the microphone pointed away from me. Just testing to see how the back audio setup is going to be. The microphone facing different directions. I decided to use this for vlogging. Oh, that billboard just came really off. And again, I'll just flip back over with the microphone pointed towards me. Show you up in the palm trees how windy it is. This is nuts. Plus it's also cold out here. It's about 40 something degrees and temperature dropping. It's going to get 30s tonight, so I don't know how long I'm going to stay out here doing the test. But again, this is with the microphone pointing towards me as I rotate around, speaking at a normal voice. I'm actually in the car right now. It's way too cold and windy out there, but it'll be a good test. But I just want to show you these conditions that I was just running this test in. The wind down here is blowing probably a good 40-50 miles an hour. It's high tide. You can see how everything is all churning up and blowing up over the seawall. If this is not a good test for this mic, I don't know what is. Okay, so I just reviewed the footage, and I must say I am extremely impressed with the windsock on that, the Rode Videomicro mic. The wind conditions I saw were extremely crazy. One thing I forgot to do was a distance test, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so one thing I forgot to do with this was a distance test, so I want to see how good the distance is going to be. I got the camera set up with the wind blowing crosswise, which is really where you get your most interference from. It's a little less windy condition here while speaking at a normal voice. Okay, now I'm about 10 feet away, speaking at a normal voice. So let's see how good this microphone picks up. Hopefully it picks up really well, as what they say on the package. Distance test, I was getting a lot of interference background noise, not from the mic itself, but just from the environment. The cars going by on the road, the wind blowing. Plus, I don't know if in the video you can see me, but there's a pond with a fountain, and then you had it sitting on top of my car, so the wind kind of rumbling around it. But I was still impressed. At about 10-15 feet, you could still hear me pretty well. I think in quiet conditions, where I stepped back to about 20 feet away, I probably still pick up pretty good if there wasn't so much background noise. So I am really impressed with this mic. I'm going to use it heavily. I was pretty impressed with an action cam. I thought I would probably have to use my Beat Tech to back down the audio a bit. I've got a passive Beat Tech that I can actually reduce the gain on. I've had to do that with other dynamic mics. This is more of a condenser mic that draws off the power of your camera rather than actually requiring a battery. And do not actually plug it into a soundboard with phantom power. You'll blow the mic because phantom power voltage is way too high for what this condenser mic needs that draws off of your camera. But I'm really impressed. You know, Rode makes good mics. I always heard that. This is the first Rode mic that I actually owned, and it was cheap enough at $60 retail for what I need to be out in the environment. So that's my test. Super impressed with the microphone. I'm probably gonna figure out what cameras I want to use it on next. The windsock is, as you saw, is just incredible. So hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments. I do moderate all comments on my channel. YouTube's been having a lot of problems with comments people leaving not being family and advertising friendly, so I do moderate them. So until next time, hope you liked this video. Gives it a thumbs up if you did, and we'll see you on the next one.